sorry. Did you just take a picture of me?
No, I was, yeah, I did.
Faithful oxen through the chalk with dragging tales of history walk, soon confuse the compass and the cross. Carefully and cursively we fill our traveling diaries with loss.
So the project is titled Picture Us. It's funded by the Luscombe family, like the Luscombe Family Grant, which is a foundation that gives money to artists who want to create work that is collaborative or interdisciplinary. So this work, Picture Us, centers around theater and dance and music. It's a devised theater work that has dance as a very instrumental part in the plot just as much as the actors have, and then music played by a live band of music students.
The audition that I did was with the dancers, and I went to their audition, and Bree was choreographing a piece for them, and I sat in on that and kind of sat with Alex and saw how they moved, and he would talk to me about how they were moving and what kind of things they were doing with their bodies and the quality of movement. And then I got up with them and did a bunch of physical exercises.
We had acting exercises that Alex gave us, like he would say a word and then...
I want you to move your body, whatever that word means to you in that moment, some way. Abstract, kind of, whatever. If it's just simply you leaning over, I don't care. Just find a way to communicate the meaning of that word with your body.
And then we had the stick game.
Yeah.
Where like we each had like an end of a stick and we would
Fight each other, I guess.
And then we did a lot of partnering improv.
Yeah.
Like Bree would put us in two partners and we would do the combination and then improv afterwards, and then after that she just had us do all improving sections and just see how we worked with each other.
It was really simple, and the audition was very indicative of the process. Very collaborative, really fun and improv based. So it was a unique audition and really, really fun.
Struck down with sickness, the young medicine man's got his face in a book. Small bottles and the trees in green England.
The project came from an idea that I had with Alex over the summer. We briefly talked about how cool it would be to do a show if part of it was in shadow, and we were always very interested with the concept of light and manipulating light and using it to tell a story.
I came to Bree one night and I was like, oh my gosh, here's my idea with all these things. And she's like, oh my gosh, sounds great, let's do it. And then she gave me a ton of her input, and then there was some give and take between her and I, and then we wrote this. What was really interesting is throughout the process of creating this piece, this project that was granted for it, this massive scope, continued to kind of bring itself down.
And not to say that we dumbed down from where we were, but more that we trimmed the fat. We said, what do we need? What is important?
We were going to use like shadow puppets and projectors and all of this complex stuff, and at the end of the day, we found it way more effective just to do simple shadows, which makes so much sense because, Asian art forms have been doing shadows for hundreds of years, and it works for them. It's a great form of storytelling that we as people just understand because we're familiar with it.
The process has definitely been a process. It's something I've never experienced before. In collaboration, I'm used to it just being me and dance, and that, those two parts of the equation. And so when I'm put in this new environment where parts of the equation are literally always missing because there's other people doing different things, and it's overwhelming, but it's very exciting.
Like the third rehearsal process, we all sat down, and Alex, when we're planning out our date scene, that was like the biggest scene. You know, everybody wanted to just sort of toss in their few cents, and Alex said, "Hold up, let's let Sophie and Cisco sort of talk about some stuff." And we really started talking about what are the things we dream about, the people we idealize, all those things, you know. And we sort of would lay all these things out, and Alex would take notes, and that's how we started everything. And then we got a hold of this music that Alex picked out, and that just turned into something else. And we would just have improv, you know, we'd start with a warm-up, and all of a sudden we'd be improving, and we didn't even realize it.
Yeah, it's just like one big improv jam.
Oh my gosh, I'm saying this in the moment, but it's a glorious nightmare. In many ways, it's so new because there's this group of people who have never done devised work. There's quite a few companies that I know of off the top of my head who do like only devised work, and I don't know what their processes are, but we kind of made it was like the collaboration of like making it up. In a way, we had a pretty solid idea of like what we wanted to say, and then we just had to find a way to say it.
I hadn't done any devised work before this. You know, I've worked as a director, as a playwright, and as an actor, but this was a pretty new experience, you know, and it was great though. I mean, it really was an excellent experience. You know, I love Alex. I love everybody involved with Making Space. You know, we're all great friends, which is wonderful. And you know, for me, it was very much, you know, there was a lot of alone time where I would, you know, what can we do with the story? You know, how can I throw something else into it? You know, and Alex and I would talk really early on. You know, it was a lot about he and I trying to put a story together, and then, you know, we brought Nick Thornton on, which was really great because, you know, Nick is an invaluable resource and an incredible dramaturg. So
devised work is really exciting for me, just because I have like a background of a lot of eclectic things, like. And so I have some background in dance and some background in visual art and so it's really cool when everything gets to mix and you get to build a show with a group of artists.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there was some solo stuff, then it became me and Alex a little more, and then us as an ensemble, and we just kind of built from the ground up that way, and you know, where we are now and where we're looking to in the future is really, you know, we're very happy with where we are, so. When
we started out with the rehearsal process, it was very just throwing ideas, just so many ideas, just everywhere. And we eventually had to start to condense and whittle down and really specify what we were trying to say and what we were trying to do.
This whole process has been a process of finding simplicity and what is necessary.
Even though we had 100,000 different things, we had to also think about our resources and who's available and what can be done in the time that we were given.
And that, to me, that's kind of what the process has been, is like really learning how to use everyone's abilities to create this vision.
To be around all the talent, the talent that of my peers and other artists or aspiring artists more so, and people who are really good at things, and seeing how that can complement what I do and how I can complement what they do and how we can mesh.
At least for me as an artist, I've really learned what it means to try to get a grasp of speaking the language of people from other artistic disciplines, because not everybody is an actor who has the same vocabulary as I do.
When you are mixing different disciplines, you have to be a chameleon of language and really know, okay, well, what do I need to say to a music person so they understand what I'm saying? What does the dance person need to hear? Like, just specific words that make sense to them. Like, for example, when one person uses tone, that means something different to a theater person than a dance person, and then to a music person. So that was a difficulty that we worked on for sure, and still, as we move forward, can continue to get more continuity in that for us.
This is in the context of the show, but there are some things that need to happen behind the screen, and I might have this faint idea of it, but what I found is if I let Bree, the choreographer, handle it, it's like so much cooler than anything I could have thought of doing, but yet it still serves the purpose that I'm trying to direct this show towards.
What's most rewarding is I learned so much from it, and I'm going to take everything I learned from this experience and carry it with me and use it when I go out into the world and continue trying to be an artist and with my future work. I want to have a big thank you to Western and to the Luscombe family and to George and to David, all my advisors, people who have helped me, everyone who has helped me through this process. And I just want to give a big thank you to everyone, and for this opportunity, and for giving me this chance to learn and to give me these new tools that I have that I can use and pass on and talk about and just keep forever. So thank you.
And I'm ready for a ball. I'm ready for a change. Meet me in a blue sky. Meet me again in the rain. The rain. Got to find yourself alone in this world. To find yourself alone.
We as people have a responsibility to follow our instincts more and take risks a little more, because there's so much rich opportunity that we're missing out on. And that's what this play is about.